Recording time. All right, guys. So there. Yep. Okay. You got it. Yeah.
Hooray!
He's got his shirt on. I love it.
Well,
There we
I
go.
got it. Hi, Kim.
Got it, guys.
Hi there.
We're all here for a party, Kim. Glad you could join us. Good morning, and thank you everyone for joining us this morning. Where did we lose our guest to? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool, very good. All right, so we have Hallie, who was able to stay over and enjoy Mo's inspirational breakfast this morning. So we are the trio that is going to bring the team meeting to you today. So thanks for being here.
It's not doing it.
Click on the screen. Try that. I had to learn that a minute ago.
Yes.
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
There you go. Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Is that dartboard? I don't know how to go back, so no.
That's about to call him Gary. He popped something in his mouth, but you would mind reading? This is called the Y4C2T. So I just want to real quick, it's our one of our MVVP. So it is our belief system. And I want everybody to learn, everyone to learn to say Y4C2Ts, because when you see that acronym, you don't really understand what it really is. And it's the first letter of all of these words. However, I was attending an ALC clinic one time back east, and somebody was asked to read it. And when they came across that, they butchered it. And it was like, oh no, I want all my agents to always know how to say Y4C2Ts. So if Gary, if you're able to, can you read the belief system there, please?
All right. You gotta have a win-win or there's no deal. We need to do everything with integrity, meaning do the right thing for the right reasons. Customers always come first. We have commitment in all things that we do. We seek first to understand with communication, then to listen or to reply, put it that way. Creativity, ideas before results. Teamwork, we've all heard this one. Together, everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Through equity, we create opportunities for all. And success results through people.
Well, any feedback that, what is that really telling you when you read that belief system?
Values.
Yeah.
To me, break it down simply, it means you're a good person who wants to do the right thing for the right reasons because it's the right thing to do.
Exactly. Excellent. Good, thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, we have a couple of bills. I'm gonna start because I am grateful to Robin, to Simon. Thank you guys for being here. The team meeting is usually Hallie's and not my lead by any means. So I'm appreciative of all of you to be here today. So thank you. Anybody else? We can do some bucket bills. Simon.
I'll share. Let's get Deborah a round of applause for the reason I say this about this because it's never easy to run a team meeting. You know, there's a lot of behind the scenes that unfortunately a lot of you do not know. The stress, the anxiety, the pressure of making sure that we have a full pack and obviously content in our team meeting. And then obviously, you know, it resonates with you, you know, showing up and the importance. Yesterday, I had the privilege of being part of the family reunion. And one of my biggest bucket lists was with Ed Milet. Anyone know Ed Milet? Such a powerhouse individual. So many things resonated with me that kind of, you know, brought things to life, you know, and it was an emotional hour for me, just of his experience, you know, and the value that he provided. But for me, was what really resonated was as a child growing up, I was involved, you know, in issues with my parents, you know, domestic. And, my stepfather was an alcoholic as well. And the abuse and just everything that he was saying, just kind of like, wow. It's kind of resonates on me as well. So if you didn't get an opportunity, I wish there was a video on that, him sharing the importance of, loving you, and really supporting and just being there for one another, because we're never promised tomorrow. Live life to the fullest, be, in the now, and be a support factor to each and every one of you. So that was my bucket list that I picked up from the event yesterday.
Thank you, yeah, it was great. I'm gonna guess that we'll get that all streamed eventually. I think we'll have it available, and as Simon said, please listen to it. If there wasn't a dry eye in the house, it was so touching and so moving, and we just all left there. What's that?
You were stippling next to me.
Yeah, well, I was trying to take their glasses off, and I was really trying out, so it was very, very touching, and I think that you would appreciate hearing it, and his phrase was just one more.
Just one more, yeah.
So just keep that in mind. We never know when we have just one more, so, and give it just one more. Anyway, Janet, you wanted to say?
Yeah, I wanted to fill Hallie and Deborah's bucket. You guys were, and Kim also, you guys were everywhere holding seats, for us who were scurrying in from different activities and meetings, including my friend. So, I mean, really appreciate the fact that you were running ahead of everybody, making it easy for all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I don't know, we had 10,000-15,000 people there, I think, this year. I'm not real sure what the number was. I didn't hear it. However, what happens is we go into these big all attend sessions with Gary or the keynote speaker or whatever it might be. Everybody is like massive wanting to get in there and wanting to save seats. So it does become a little bit of a challenge. We had Simon and Kim at one end, and myself and Hallie and Holland, and they had swords, and Hallie and I had these nicknames that we lit up. So I have something special planned. Manny doesn't know it yet, but for next year, his face is going to be real big, giant. We're going to put lights around it so he really lights up, and we're going to let everyone know that we're in the house. So
Literally, we had like light figures. There's so many people, and you can be lost in there.
Yeah.
So, there was so many different ideas
Oh,
that
the
people
Florida
used.
people had a
like,
flamingo blow up.
Yeah.
They were holding the lightsaber up. It was like, oh my gosh, flags. But it's a great time, and we're going to talk more about it next week. We're going to have a panel next week. So make certain that you're here next week, that you can sit in and listen to all the great information that was gathered and the fun times that we're having as well. So, any other buckets, Phils? Somebody that did something wonderful that you would like to shine them up a little. Come on, guys. One more. One more. All right. We're going to move on. Oh. This is our new agent opportunity that we introduced the agents that have joined our broker this last couple weeks or so. But anyway, this one, very special to me. It's my son-in-law. And will be in and out part-time. He is full-time employed elsewhere. He is also a full-time dad and husband, and very, very busy. So I hope that you will welcome him with open arms and be there to support for him. Thank you. Okay, our award ceremony. You were there. We had a pretty good time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely have to congratulate each and every, especially the award winners, but you guys did such a phenomenal that I kind of piggybacked a lot of the stuff that I did for our KW South Bay. So congratulations to all of you. So awesome.
Thank you. And I think that's the beauty of our offices. We are able to share with one another, and Simon arrived and I opened the door and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so busy. We've got so much going on, and he immediately jumped in and started helping. When it's all over, I said, I'll send you my notes, because I knew his was the next day. So I come back, I sent him notes, and we had sat after and we did some little powwow so that I could add some more things of what we did and what we did. So it was a huge success. Thanks to all of you. And as you said, congratulations. We are forever grateful to be in business with y'all.
What's the QR code for?
Ah, the QR code. Thank you for that reminder. That QR code, scan that if you would, and there'll be pictures and so forth that'll be available because some of you were award recipients and would love to have a copy of those pictures. So we'll leave that up there just for another moment or two. If you can scan that.
There's the Mike Hardy pictures.
Yes, and let's give a big shout out to Mike who stepped in last minute so that Sophia could work the slides that day and was our phenomenal photographer. Thank you. Thank you. I tease Mike from time to time. He's not only Hallie's husband, but he becomes my husband when they have needs or so. All right, so family reunion, as I mentioned, we're gonna have a recap panel next week if you were there. I know Hallie's gonna be reaching out to you so that you can come and you can share a lot of great things. I'm holding this not because of it's a comfort or anything, but when you go to family reunion, you want something that's gonna make you stand out. So, and it's so bizarre. We have all those people that were there. You guys saw how many were there. And I'm sitting in one of the sessions for I think it was Lindsay Xerka's social media. And I saw this gal talking to Many. And I'm like, she kind of looks familiar. Then she looked straight ahead and I'm like, Bryn. And she did a double take. And here, this gal lives in Texas, but she used to live in Burbank. And she's a KW agent. And I knew her because she lived in the same building as we did. And then I'm sitting and having lunch, and who do I see but Pennsylvania agents? Amongst all these people, I'm seeing people that I hadn't connect with in a while. But what they do, some of them, is they do something that's different to make them stand out and be remembered. And so Bryn had given me this with her business card attached, these little hands, and on the back of the card it says, "Great meeting you at family reunion. Your referral clients will be in excellent hands." It's a little kind of goofy, but it will get people to remember her. And if you have Texas referrals, then this is what they're, gonna hold on to. So.
Do you mind if I share a couple of things?
Yeah, go right ahead.
And I know that next week it's gonna be a lot of value, a lot of nuggets, a lot of ahas from family reunion. And I think about the shirts, charge the storm, right? Resonated with me 100%. But the ability to connect with people all over the US and even outside of our country as well, it was just an awesome feeling. And
Yeah.
here's a proven fact right here.
You're gonna hear
so,
from them, yes.
but what was so funny, yesterday we were at the Hilton Lounge and there was these little kids, literally had a stack of business cards and they were going to each and every one of us. "You mind if I give you my parents' business card?" It was like, how creative is that? They had their kids prospecting. Like, wait a minute. Literally, it's like they had a box of chocolates, right?
Right.
They had business cards and they were passing out the business card. Please, if you need to connect with my parents, this is their business card.
Yeah.
Such a cool thing.
I don't recall that being used to him.
Hey, they have to earn that college education. Exactly. So definitely, there were a lot of great things there, and I saw the same girls in the same hall, so it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Okay, welcome. Pick up your board. There's an opportunity to meet people from all over the world, and we all know that Janet is definitely one of our big connectors for engagement with agents in other companies or other countries. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we heard that we're now in about 57 countries.
What was the
which is
last
pretty
one?
exciting. Germany.
What's the last one?
Exactly. Very excited to hear Germany is now part of our PW family. So we welcome you, and we're gonna have a couple of questions, I think, a little bit later, maybe in the meeting. I have another slide that we'll bring up for you. So thanks for being here.
When are you going to Nigeria?
I'm sorry.
When are you going?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have anything to do with
You
those.
need to start it.
Yes, exactly. You initiate and I'm sure they'll follow. These are our January top producers. So we want to congratulate each and every one of them. The top sales volume, Shannon Jones team, David Green team, and the Van Wigan Associates. On the top units closed, we have this same trio, Shannon Jones, David Green, and the Van Wigan Associates. We have highest, let's see, and the folk group and the meal group are both in those as well. Highest sales price, we have Kendra, Jason, Live Distinctively, and Julia. And then the rising stars, Lindsay Lidsma. Did I say that correctly? Lindsay Lidsma. So congratulations to all of them. We really appreciate your hard work. And then these are our January closings. So don't let anybody try and tell you that there's nothing happening out there, because there is something happening here at Coastal. So if you're struggling with getting things into production or what to do, reach out to some of these agents. I'm sure they will be happy to spend a little time with you and get you rolling in the right direction. Okay, new listings. Cindy Hinderberger is not here. She has one on Ravina in Carson, asking us $850, and it is a 4-2.
Cindy's on Zoom.
Oh, Cindy is.
Oh.
Cindy, you want to say something?
Can I go back?
Yes, you
On
can.
the bottom right there, Robin.
Oh, there you go. Cindy? Cindy, I don't think. We can come back if she pops back up. If she opens
Okay.
up. That, keep an eye on it, Kim. Thank you. Okay, next one. There we go. Who is this? Van Wigan Associates. 1413 North Bullets Road in Compton. Asking is $375, and it's what, just about a quarter of an acre? So some vacant land there for you. On Folsom in LA, asking $698. Richard Sperling, I saw him earlier. There he is. What do you want to share with us?
Nothing, it's I have to give you the details offline. But basically,
Yes.
2 units.
All right.
One unit.
We have guests in the house, remember?
Oh, that's right. I did everything correctly on this.
Okay. We'll check with Simon to make sure that's correctly, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's just two, it's an upstairs and downstairs unit. They're about, one's about 700, one's about 600 square feet.
Okay.
That's really, it's in East LA area, not far from a little west of the 710 freeway. That's about it. Has an excellent view. I'll say that. It was about a year and a half ago. It was totally refurbished. But that's about it.
Cool. Good. All right. Thank you. Robin, would you speak to this one?
This one is on top of Signal Hill. Wonderful views of the coastline all the way to RPV. It's 4 bedrooms, 4 full bath, just over 3,500 square foot on a quarter-acre lot.
Nice.
Very
You had open house, didn't you?
Yes,
How'd it go?
5 people.
Okay.
We only had it for 2 hours because
Okay.
the owner didn't really want an open house,
Sure.
but wanted to try it out, and yeah, it was
Good.
good.
Okay.
Good leads though.
Yeah.
So,
Good. Excellent. Cindy, are you there?
I'm here.
Yay, I have another one of yours. Would you like to pitch this one?
Sure. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a little over 1,300 square feet. And this home is the first time on the market since 1969. So it still has a lot of its old original character, but a lot of updates to it as well, with updated irrigation system, fences, driveways, walkways, very nice front yard patio and backyard patio. So it's easy to show. It's on a Supra and it's vacant. So love to have someone in the office, bring a client by there. There's 3 in the neighborhood there. And I think once you pull into this pocket, I call it it's a great little neighborhood that's hasn't been discovered in many years.
Good. Nice. Thank you. We won't go back, but Cindy, there was another one, your other listing that we had.
Yeah, there's another one. It's on Ravenna. It is 4
Yes.
bedrooms, 2 baths. Now, the 4th bedroom, it was originally an office. What they did is they closed up a doorway. It already came with a closet in there. So it's an addition to, if someone needs 4 bedrooms, you got it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
Mhm. And Tim is not here. He has one on Louise in Long Beach. The asking is 500 for a 3-2. just over 1,000 square feet. So if you have anybody for that area. And Harry Eves, he has something on McKinley in Compton, asking 530 for a 3-2 and 1,066 square feet. 2-car garage too, not bad. Okay, any buyer needs, listing pitches? Janet?
Yeah, we're taking photos, I hope, on Friday for my upcoming listing in University Park Estates. It's 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, completely flipped and refurbished by the KW Concierge Program. Looks gorgeous. It's got a tent over it that's going to be coming off today, and it will be revealed to be the best property ever. And it'll be on the market for 1,475. So we should have it on the market, at least as a coming soon this weekend.
Okay, and I'm sorry, what did you say it was?
University Park Estates, the whole.
Got it, okay.
So,
Oh,
One of the questions I always ask the agents is, how did you get the listing
yeah,
it was referral.
referral?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it was a friend of mine, and this guy's out of town, and she referred.
Yeah.
Awesome.
that's right,
Congratulations.
yes. And that's a great question, because it really does help not only our brand new agents, but agents who are still in the business or have been in the business a while. You know, it kind of jogs our memory. It's like, oh my gosh, I haven't touched base with so-and-so for a while. I need to reach out to them. You never know what that touch is going to bring you. So good job. Congrats. Penny.
I have 2 coming. I have Lakewood area 20 Present Gardens. So it's a 3-bedroom bath. It's been a rental for a while. We'll just leave it at that. Very well, but at the same time, it appears to be really well kept. No AC. So I'm hoping they'll listen. We'll list it at $699.9. Then pushing more for the 7, but I really want them to look at the market. And then I have my Rossmore one, which would move to the 3rd week of March. And that's 1,600 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2 baths with a pool. And we're sitting, we think, at 1,435 on that one.
Congrats.
Same question for you, Penny. How'd you get
The
this listing?
Lakewood is the same, it's a referral. So I've just closing on the Cerritos property.
Yeah.
This is the last of their father's home to sell. My Rossmore is past client.
That's fine. Awesome. Congratulations.
Nice. Yes, congratulations. Penny always makes me a little nervous though when she says she has a property that was a rental.
I drove past yesterday, the tenants are moving out.
Oh,
I mean, they've been
moving
in the
out,
property
okay.
for 16 years, they are moving out.
Anybody else? Trey.
I have a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, just under 1,500 square feet in West Garden Grove. Probably coming on the market at about, I think we're gonna around 878. Got a nice kitchen, nice open floor plan. We'll probably go fast because that's that neighborhood that
Is it Garden Park or the other one? Which one? Escape?
just below Springdale Chapman.
Okay.
So that should be coming soon, hopefully next week.
Awesome. Great. How did you get that?
That is my database.
Database. All right.
My database.
Your database.
So you touch it, your database?
Occasionally.
It all starts by creating it and then nurturing.
Yes, eat it every day.
And the reason I ask this question is because when I hear agents says there's not enough listings out there, this is a in fact, if you're doing the necessary activity, it will show. It will definitely resonate, just like Greg, just like Penny, just like the rest of you. And also the listings that are up on the screen as well. So if you're out there, there's no reason why. It's all about connections, right? There's even a shirt that says real estate is a contact sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
The more people that you're connecting with, the more opportunities, right? And then the caveat or the cherry on top is obviously knowing how to convert these people, right? Because people will do business when they trust you and like you, right? And that's where you start seeing momentum and more.
Yeah, and we heard a lot about that trust and life and momentum. It really
Yeah.
gets the momentum going. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it was great. Congrats. Anybody else? Buyer, seller?
Don't know if anyone wants the area, but I have two buyers for the Seal Beach area. They can both go probably, I can push them to 1.8, one I can push to 2 million. So preferably turnkey as possible. Both want the usual 4 bedrooms, at least 2 bathrooms. So if anybody's got anything or if there's anything, please let me know.
And are you looking on the hill, Old Town, or?
They will
Westport?
do wherever.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they'll
Have
be,
you talked to Alan?
Sorry?
Alan Spillman? Have you talked to her?
No, I will do that.
Yeah.
and for those of you who like to door knock, here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity to get with Penny, find out what it is exactly she's looking for, get out there and door knock. There are buyers who have needs, so. All right, all good? Moving on. Okay, congrats on your closing. We had Michelle Harding, Danny Chwastel, Lindsay Iskerka, Richard Sperling, Cindy Hinderberger had 2 closing congrats, the Shannon Jones team and Jasmine Duran. And so we've been doing this for the last couple months, I think, since the beginning of the year, where we are sharing with you the closings we had, and then the drum roll. And this is what the hustle looks like. So,
Congratulations.
yeah. You guys in production, and congrats to each and every one of you.
Well, just do the math on this. You know, imagine if you were the agent with 6.1 at 2.5%, what would that look like? Anyone have a arithmetic? Probably Gary, he was a
Not-
company.
not-
150,000.
18,000.
100 and what? $150,000 worth of commission
Yeah,
right there.
shared with just a few of those things.
You
So,
know, so,
not a bad day in the life of Coastal, so
yeah,
congrats.
congratulations, everyone.
congrats, yeah. Okay, leadership updates. I'm gonna have Cindy stay where she is. If she has anything she'd like to share, we do not want her marching too far. So, anything coming from you today, Cindy?
Yep, just glad you're out here.
So we're glad to have you back. Thank you. Manny is not able to join us today. He is off at one of our other locations and will be in, I believe, later this week. Simon, anything on the broker side that we really should be keeping an eye out on?
One of the things that are coming up a lot is transfer disclosure statements, better known as the TDS, right? Everyone know what a TDS is? Now, who fills those TDS?
Seller.
Okay, why? Why do you think the sellers fill those documents?
I know that from.
The obligation is on to
Okay.
disclose.
Is it an agent's responsibility to help fill those out?
No.
Okay, why?
It makes it liable.
Because it opens up exposure, right? It opens up a can of worms. And then when something doesn't go the direction it wants to, guess who they start blaming?
Robin.
They start blaming the agent, right? And it's a very sensitive position to be, because there's a lot of agents that rely on us, right? To provide the necessary avenue and how to properly answer some of these questions. But at the very end, please, I caution each and every one of you to please make sure that that's the seller's responsibility. Those documents are the documents that we need to pass on to the buyer. And those documents open up, you know, the ability to address any known issues with the property, what we consider material fact, okay? And agents, and I hear that quite often is, you know, I don't want the seller to say this because then they're gonna try to negotiate. Then they may ask for requests of repairs. You know, it's better to divulge that information than not to. The deal closes and then now we're in a litigation, okay? No one wants to be in litigation, right? No one wants to be sued, right? And I'm not here to scare any of you. I'm just here providing the necessary angle and value on the importance of why these documents are crucial to our position in our job, okay? So no difference than the SP2, the seller questionnaire, right? It's the seller's responsibility. And if they don't know how to fill it out because of maybe language barriers, then have someone, help them fill those out. Or have them speak with an attorney, okay? That's ultimately how you protect yourself, because that eventually gets given to the agent who's representing the buyer. The buyer now has their due diligence to do with any additional inspections or check with the city. And I see this quite often where the agent also goes and does that on behalf of the seller. That's not our jobs. Our job is just to put the deal together, close it, and get paid a back commission check. Okay? Agents go above and beyond, caution you, be careful when doing so, okay? So if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's all I have.
Awesome, awesome. I'm going to, we'll hit some of the classes later, but I want to encourage each and every one of you to put a little bit of money aside to be able to join us next year in Las Vegas for family reunion. So I know it seems like a huge expense whenever the information comes out and we start talking about it, but if you start now and put a little bit aside, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be about the same price. They usually hold the price a couple of years, which was $1,000, I think, this year. For the early bird, yes. So if you start putting a little bit aside now, you'll be able to make it and come and enjoy the time, because it's not as close as Anaheim, but it's, within driving distance once again. So join us next year in Vegas. All right. Command Kim is going to give us a little tech moment. So listen up.
Hi there. Well, at family reunion, as some of the attendees can attest to, we heard a lot about the enhancements that KW has made to the Command app. And we're hearing that KW will be putting a lot more focus on the app as an instrument in your business. So that makes sense. You're busy, you're on the go, you're in the field. So accessing Command on your mobile device and using all of its features will be increasingly important. And so that's what KW is focusing in 2023. So today, if you don't mind, we have the QR codes here. We're also going to put them in our morning email tomorrow. We just want to encourage you, if you haven't already downloaded this app, start by just downloading the app. Get the app on your phone, and then throughout the year, we're going to kind of focus on some of the features that you can do through the app. They've really made it turnkey and not very complicated. So let's just start by downloading the app. And some of you who already have it, I encourage you to play around. I couldn't hear if Simon talked about the digital card. It kind of cut out for a second that they introduced at.
We did not.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
For those of you that already have it on your phone, and if you download it today, you'll notice up at the top, it will list your name. And when you click on the name, a drop down appears where one of the options is, it's called My Business Card. And a lot of us at Family Reunion, since they announced it, we're actually had a chance to use it. It's a QR code that appears. And so when someone scans that QR code, your contact info is automatically dumped into their phone. So that's just amazing, right? That's what I'm saying. It's so turnkey. And think about if you have all your contact information there, the next time you go to text them, they know exactly who's texting them. So this makes it really, really engaging for when you're trying to do business and trying to connect with people. So there are the QR codes. And again, I'll put them in the morning email tomorrow. And it's the same exact login that you use when you go on Command on your desktop. So I encourage you to, download it and start playing around if you haven't already.
Thanks, Kim. I know one of the panels that I got in on, they were a couple of the top agents that just spoke so strongly to the new app and being able to use it no matter where they are. They can get in and do their contacts, etc. So definitely get that downloaded. You do need, as she said, to know what your password and your sign in is for your website or for your KW, my KW. So check it out. All right. Okay, if we could get our preferred vendors to come up who are here today.
Okay,
Sarah's here.
good morning. Good morning.
Start up.
All right, couple things. So first of all, just stats, right? We're still doing 97.6% of list price, but goes into escrow. So while there have been price adjustments, we're not seeing the big drop kind of thing that you know, the media would like us to think about. Couple things that we're seeing a lot of. So I'm gonna address the first one, which is if you have an all cash buyer that converts to not all cash, everybody in the deal needs to know the minute that happens. Okay, it's happening a lot. We see a lot of investors coming in. They're gonna be, they get their offer accepted all cash, then it becomes hard money, then it becomes a construction loan. All those things on the escrow and title side, those are additional hoops. If it's a construction loan, we gotta do a physical inspection. Make sure that there's no work that's already been started, like there's a lot of title BS on the back side. So again, I've had like 4 of these, 2 of them were with Sarah. If the nature of the transaction changes, just send me a text, it's all good. Because what we're finding is even escrow is not finding out until loan docs are. And that's not good, okay? So again, just a word. The other kind of, if you're looking for a farm niche right now, ADUs, there's more conversations about ADUs than I've ever heard before. We have a 1-page little guideline flyer. If you need it, you just reach out to us. I'm gonna send it to Sophia today. She can distribute it, we can brand it for you. But again, it's kind of a nice way to, you know, turn a property into sort of a 2-on-1 rental situation. And the guidelines were still in that window where they have to fast track everything. So that's the last, and then just remember, there's a Cypress Caravan, and that's at my office on Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. And that's West Garden Grove, Cypress, Buena Park, Anaheim, Stanton, and then we also include Rossmore. So, you know, Wednesdays at 9, if you got buyers looking in those areas, hit us up. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks, Kevin.
Robin and I just did a file where a guy got a home equity loan on his house and then he's building an ADU right now. Yeah, so it's a real thing. Tons of value add there for sure. And then we can come back and we can refi, hopefully if rates go down, those 2 loans back together and get them back to just 1 30-year fixed, as the HELOC is a little riskier of a loan than your regular loan that you bought the house with. But it's a quick way to get money to not upset in the interim that lower rate that you had on that first loan. So keep it in mind. I think they're more expensive to build than most people think. It's what I've seen, but definitely keep that in mind. It's a really good way to reach out. I'm Alec, lender in the office. Yes.
All right, that's, can you advance the, I think we have a more slide.
We do. We have a rate slide.
Oh,
Hey.
One more,
One more to you.
there we go.
Rates are up again a little bit. The inflation numbers that came out last week were a little bit higher than expected. And it's just the Fed is going to continue to keep inching rates up until inflation hits 2%. And we're not seeing it yet. So we are seeing interest rates up again this morning. There's a couple of reports that come out on Thursday and Friday, one on the consumer on Friday, GDP comes out on Thursday. So we could see some market movers this week as well. But in the short term, I think rates are where they at, if not going a little bit higher. Okay. The other thing that has come out is some changing to mortgage pricing for rates that we're able to offer clients based on their parameters, right? We when we get a file in, someone's interest rate is based on their income, their credit score, and how much money they're putting down. Okay, there's all these buckets that people fall into, right? If you're putting 20% down, you're in a different bucket than you would be if you're putting 5% down. If you're putting 20% down with a 740 credit score, you're in a different bucket than you are with a 660 credit score. Okay, so there's all these things that go into us pricing loans out for clients. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are running algorithms behind the scenes, and they're changing the cost to those buckets, not for good or for bad. It's like in one direction. For people with lower credit scores, they're actually making the rates better. For people with higher credit scores, they're actually making the rates worse. I don't honestly know why, but I printed out I think personally that all of the people with 740, 760 credit scores have already bought a house, and they realize that, and they need to make rates better for people with 660 credit scores that are still like looking for homes. That's what I've seen. That's just my guess, honestly, but a lot more of the people that are coming on my desk have 660, 640 lower credit scores. And Fannie Mae is not getting those loans because those are FHA files, right? We're doing those loans with FHA. Now, maybe they want a little piece of that pie. So they're making it more cost effective for people with lower credit scores to get those loans, which helps on low credit score condos, right? That's where my head goes with that. Low credit score condos, you can now use conventional loans for, whereas we were always trying to get you guys to find FHA approved condos because the pricing for someone with a low credit score in a conventional loan was so bad. That's not quite the case anymore. Okay, there's an article right here. I only printed 5 of them, but I'm gonna leave it out to the back by Cameron there. But for instance, just really quick before I go, 740 credit score starting May 1st, the cost for 20% down will go up $2,500 on a 650 loan amount. Whereas someone with a 660 credit score, the cost to get that loan is down by $5,700. So it's significant, right? These changes are significant, and this article will show that. This is really kind of a wall hanger piece of the article that Mike and I can explain to you if you want. Let's get pretty deep. I don't necessarily know if we want to bug your brain with it, but just keep in mind if you've got a client with a lower credit score that you're looking at a condo with, you can not have to go FHA. That's my takeaway today for you.
I have a question for you, Alex. This is Cindy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I wanted to know how are lenders looking at people that are what are they called? They're not employed with the company, but they work regular hours for like what are they called? I just forgot the name. Employees.
Say it again.
How are lenders looking at contract employees with good salaries?
It depends on how they do their taxes. So if someone's a contract employee, they're still getting 1099, and we still have to typically look at 2 years of taxes unless they've been doing that job for 5 years. Then we
Okay.
can go off of 1 year of taxes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. And I just want to remind you and always encourage you, our in-house lenders, your first stop. Our preferred titles and escrow, home warranty, all of those, we want to make certain they give back to us in a variety of ways, including teaching classes and so forth.
Another bucket fill for Alex.
Yeah.
For the 72 soul breakfast.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Janet, Alex was there to support Janet on Saturday morning, was it? That she had a 72 sold event. So thank you. And remember, again, they are your first stop. All right. Okay. I'd like to introduce to you Michael Holly. Did I pronounce the last name correctly, Michael? Okay. Michael, can you come up, share a little bit about what he can do for you and your clients? So, all right.
Man, I'll tell you what, it is easier talking to this many people than it is if you try to break out your cell phone and talk in public as if you're doing a social media post. If you've tried it, like it is way more difficult than it is to get up and talk in front of people. So if you're struggling, don't worry about it. Everybody does it. Man, I've got I was trying to do the math, I think 13 years of real estate experience. I started in Dallas. Every holiday, if you read the Red Book, they're mentioned, that brokerage is mentioned every holiday specifically. Then I went to KW Preston Road. I don't know if you've heard of them at the time. I want to say they were the #1 KW office in the country. If not, they were at the very top. Then I moved out here for a girl. We're not here to talk about that, but moved out here for a girl, happened to run into Jennifer Casera at Beach Cities. I was her front desk, I was her agent services. Then I went to KW Whittier as an agent because I lived out in Orange County, Brea area, and then reunited with Jennifer recently and have kind of left the selling real estate and done the photography stuff. I tell you all that not because I think it's cool, but because I know both sides of the business. A lot of photographers, they know photography. I know a little bit more. I know the photography side, but I also know what you guys are doing with. I know the KW stuff. And so, you know, photography is kind of photography. You could probably get a good enough photo on your cell phone. They're amazing these days. But the same reason why you tell FSBOs, don't sell your own property, I'm going to tell you, don't photograph your own properties. You guys spend your time getting more clients. Things that we can do. I did a project for Simon yesterday morning at 10:30. You had them back at 8 o'clock this morning. That's correct. Floor plan, drone, photos. So quick turnaround. If you guys need property, like I gotta get this on the market. I can't do miracles, but I can come close. Kind of what makes different, something that we do differently that I don't know a lot of people are doing, is I have a Hollywood dialogue coach. That if you were struggling with how do I talk to my camera, what do I say, I've got someone on staff. You know, she's not cheap. I'll just tell you that. It's like $100 an hour, but she does this for a living. She's directing an episode of a Nickelodeon show this week. So getting around her schedule is a little difficult, but she's been on Netflix shows. Gosh, she's been in the industry for 30 plus years. So if you really are struggling, you're like, I want to do social media. I saw on your board over here, everything with video, do your coffee talk lives, that's all being live on camera. And people are like, I don't know what to say. If you look at these walkthrough videos where the agent's like, hey, this is Michael Holly, welcome to my new listing at 123 Main Street. And then you walk through the house, people fumble over the words, something about nobody being around, but a camera or phone being in your face, you're going to lose your words. I've got someone for that. I don't know anybody else that does real estate media, real estate photography who can offer that service. Another cool thing that I've just recently launched, and you have to be careful around this area with drones. There's a lot of airports, a lot of restricted flying space, but we do 3D virtual drone tours, and we're not going to fly your drone through your house. But basically what we'll do is, if you've got a nice listing that has views, someone had a view of the oceans. What we can do is we'll take a drone, we'll do a 360 panorama from the front yard, from the backyard, a bird's eye view, and then we can go out closer to the water and we can merge them all. So someone can look and tap on these different bubbles, just like a Matterport tour that you'd have where you push the arrow and you move from one spot to the next. Where we can do the same thing with a drone. If you have a scenic property, scenic listing that you're like, wow, you know what? The beach is just right over here. It's just a little too far away. We can sync those all together, and you can see the beach from 250 feet high. I can attach it, and then there'll be a bubble, and touch that, and it'll fly you over there, and then you have a 360 panorama view from there. Other than that, it's pretty much the basics: photos, video, microphones. I have a Netflix approved video camera if you guys care about specs. So we're gonna get 4K high quality video. Floor plans, Matterport, the schematic floor plans, virtual staging. Man, pretty much anything you can think of, we can do. And if we don't do it, we know how to do it. And so if there's not a package that I built already, then we can get together and the win-win. I'm not gonna deal with you guys to get what you need for what you need. We're not the cheapest in town, but we're definitely not the most expensive either. So I left a couple cards over here. And I have cards with me if anybody needs some cards, if you have a property or if you're still looking for that first one. Love to work a deal with you guys and show you what we can do.
Let me just add to Michael, I mean, from beginning to end, the initial process has been awesome. You know, as he stated, he took the photography yesterday, this morning, it was already in my inbox, and it's just so professional. I mean, the initial process was just amazing, so Michael is a great person, one of the best professionals out there, and does great quality work too. I was really impressed. Even the client reached out this morning, you know, I forwarded images and he was like, wow, it was pretty impressive. So.
And you'll be able to stick around after
Yeah,
maybe?
I'll be around if
somebody
anybody has
has
any
other
questions.
Okay,
Awesome.
awesome.
Thank you, guys.
so much. All right. Okay, Janet, would you like to take a couple minutes just to have a few questions, see if they have any questions or whatever with our Portugal guests? please?
Sure. So, I guess you guys were aware that I had a Zoom meeting with another office, in Portugal. And the magic of family reunion is you just get to meet people from all over the world, from all over the United States and from all these other countries. Many is especially interested in Portugal, as many people should be, because this is one of the best places, as far as price, climate. It's a place where Americans are flocking to. You will certainly in your career come across people who want to move to Portugal. And we're very fortunate that we have people from one of our Portugal offices here. And I think it's best if you guys just come up and introduce yourself. And since we kind of recently had a talk, but if anybody has any further questions, please, give them your contacts and stuff. Let's make a point of staying in touch. But please come in. Just for a moment and introduce yourself.
I think many was attending the worldwide event, Mixer Down night, and this is where they met. So an opportunity that we weren't expecting, but Rusty's out there connecting for us.
Ladies first.
Hi everybody. My name is Paula Freire and I'm a team leader in Market Center of Fernando. It's KW Somos Gaia.
Yeah, Luis.
My name is Luis. I'm an OP in the center of Portugal, and we have about 64 agents. So we started to grow, and we want to have as many agents as you guys have. And I'm really blessed to be here, and the family reunion is amazing, and we learned a lot, and we are here today to learn from you guys. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Fernando. I'm working into market centers. I've been with KW for 7 years. I'm in the business for almost 15 years. So I started in the beginning of the crisis in 2008. So let's charge the storm. Recently we have a lot of Americans searching for a house in Portugal, and many are from California, because Portugal is the west coast of Europe. Okay, so where we have the market centers is the best city in Portugal. The weather is not so good like this, okay, but we have the best prices, okay, best food, best people, and best of all, it's a safe city. All the country is very safe. Okay, we almost has no criminality.
Right.
Yeah, almost no crime. So it's very good. Okay, so
There's a big opportunity for you guys because the prices are real lower than here in the States. And the other thing is you have a tax advantage for foreigners. So if you buy a house for the next 10 years, you don't pay taxes. So it's a big advantage and so we have a lot of Americans retire here in Portugal.
Or digital,
Yeah.
work remotely. We have some coming there to work remotely, yeah.
So let me ask, you have your own smaller family reunion. Is it just
Yeah.
Portugal or is it Spain also? Or
No, just
No.
Portugal.
just Portugal?
Portugal, one, Spain,
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Our-
I know they're different countries.
Yeah,
but close
and
by,
Portugal is better.
might be.
And our family reunion is next month.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe not this year, but maybe the year after, we could get a small group.
Yeah.
To go to
Might
Portugal,
be
family.
interested.
We will have Mega Camp 2 this year. I think in September, but
Okay.
I think there's someone of you that is going in September to Portugal, so.
Yeah, that's Shannon Jones,
Yeah.
Shannon Brad Jones.
So regarding the tax-free thing, does it have to be, your primary resident? Does it have to be owner occupied, or can I buy it and Airbnb it out? or
you
whatever?
can do whatever you want. Yeah.
And what would
Yeah.
one expect to pay?
We have, we are changing, the law about the Airbnb. And now, today, I can tell you exactly what is the new laws about that. But after I can send you, all of you, the new information about that, yeah.
Question for family reunion at Mega Camp, does the leadership like Gary Keller go out there?
Oh, no.
We have Keller Williams worldwide.
Yeah,
we
but
have
yeah,
videos
those
on
fine.
that.
Okay.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So do you have restrictions on foreigners buying property in Portugal? Like I know in Mexico, it's like you can't buy right on the beach and that kind of
No.
Okay.
You're very well.
Yeah. In our area, I don't know in Lydia, but in our area, we are accustomed to receive foreign people. Okay, we have a lot of people from England. Okay, they are one of the most buyers in my area, and French people too. So we have our airport is from my city is 10 kilometers. So I think is 5 miles, 6 miles.
Yeah.
Yes. Very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. In my area, 250,000, and across the river in the other market center, 400,000. So it's very
US. 400,000
no
US.
euros, but it's
Okay.
almost the same.
It's about the, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably 10% more.
In my market, I think about 150,000.
How much?
150,000.
150,000.
Wow.
What's the difference?
Square
Is it-
footage.
Yeah, that's too bad, or what do we?
Yeah.
Square meter.
Square meters is about, 200 meters.
Don't you mention?
Pretty.
Good size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good size.
That's pretty good.
It's around 2,000 square
Yeah.
feet.
Right.
Almost.
Cool. Okay.
You know, we could all pull in and buy a house together.
But you know, Porto. Not
Tino's is already planning his trip, and he's, I can see it, yep, I can see it around the screen.
I can't help it.
There you go.
I'm glad I've got flight connections.
Yes, exactly. All right, any other questions? You'll be able to stick around for just a few moments after
Yeah.
the meeting, all right? And I think Janet's gonna graciously take your.
I have a lot of cards.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. Calendar, we're gonna move through it a little quickly. There's a commercial SoCal meeting. I don't see what the dates are on there, so.
It's today. It's
Okay,
today.
thank you, Kim. Thank you. 1 o'clock. Alrighty.
Yeah.
This one, they build a $100,000 pipeline in 90 days. This gives you a little bit of the information. You can scan that QR code and get a little more. Kim and I sat in yesterday, unexpectedly, we kind of sat in on a 7 to 90? I think it was, and earning 7 figures in 90 days. And we have a commercial team out of South Bay that actually was on that panel. yesterday, and they are on track to hit that. So very exciting, very exciting. Okay, next one. 8 weeks to wealth. Again, there's a QR code to get more information. I believe this one is free.
No, this one, actually, there is a cost to this one.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is an intensive 8-week course that is held by Mark King, Brett Tanner, and Jason Abrams. And then Brett heads up the KW Wealth community for KW. And basically they'll be going over helping you to build a wealth plan. Like we talk about business plans and marketing plans. Well, this is a step-by-step roadmap of how you can build your personal wealth and leverage your real estate business to do it. So this will be a good one.
Excellent. Thanks, Kim. You know, there are some of our classes that are free, and there will be some that will have a cost involved. But if we are not constantly growing our knowledge, we probably are not going to be growing our business. So do take advantage. Thursday, or actually Wednesdays right now at 3:30. Fritz is having his coaching sessions right here. So please, everybody, it's open to all. Our script and role play by our lenders, Wednesdays from 11 to 12. Janet has a luxury field trip this Thursday, is it?
No,
the
it's
next week,
Monday. Monday.
Monday, the 27th at 10 a.m.
Meet there.
You will be
It's-
meeting there at
Over at
Pacific
Marina
Pictures.
Pacifica, it's on the south side of Marina Pacifica.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we're here, one used to be.
There you go. So Monday at 10 a.m. Fidelity has a class on Tuesday, the 28th from 11:30 to 12:30. And then Tuesday evening book club is going to be held. It will be in the back corner office near the kitchen, because there is a first-time buyer seminar that's going to be had here in the bullpen. So if you want a book, I do still have one or two, and you should have time to read it. And then Rick Cunningham, he's our regional director for the LA West Side and Coastal Regions. He will be here on Tuesday, March 14th at noon. Please, please be here, support him. You're going to get a lot of great information, and we want to show him a great coastal support team. So definitely come and fill the chairs. And that's it. We did it.